So you're excited about it. So yeah, well, let's do that. And I will. Is that the consensus of the group? Yes. Are there other ideas? Nope. Other ideas? Okay. Then let me communicate with respective chapters, chapter presidents, and chapter advisors, and we'll come up with this. And you might be thinking as your chapter, you might be thinking with whom you should like to pair. Some of it has geographical implications. Some of it has preferential. You've got 6 people in your chapter, and somebody just has 57. Maybe you want to go ride on their float in the parade. You can do that. And there are, again, your choice is your choice as far as the pair. So I'll do that. Is that all we're going to talk about that part about the fall thing? We're good about that? I would encourage you to also do one other thing, or excuse me, to consider one other thing. And that is that sometime during the year, you and your chapter identify a special project to do. And I'm not talking about creating a scholarship fund for somebody. I'm talking about go out to one of the high schools or middle schools and have the choral sectional rehearsals. Or go out and assist Saturday marching band rehearsal. Or maybe those of you who have those skills, go somewhere and help have a beginner day. They have beginner bands, beginner orchestras. Might be having those band festival days where they try out students and go out and volunteer for them. Find a project to do something for your chapter. And obviously that has geographic implications. You don't want to plan something in Wichita, Kansas for Saturday. You want something close by. Do that, be thinking about that, and I will then communicate with you, your chapters, later, possibly in the fall, and say, talk to me about what you're planning. What is your special project? What are you going to do? Gives you plenty of time to think about it. Comments on that? So talk to your group. Worn out. You're going on your second full day without sleep, aren't you? Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about it. She'll catch you up this weekend. Just sleep all the way home, and then most of Sunday wake up about Monday noon, realize you missed a half day of classes. So. All right, let's talk about officers, state officers. This year, state officers are quite active, very active. Mainly because they were close by me, and I could see them and go, "Where are you on this project?" Haven't heard from you for a while. Talk to me about that. And I think all of us who hold positions of leadership have the mindset and willingness to lead, to be involved. I believe that. Otherwise, you wouldn't offer yourself for leadership. But I think another thing is that we get so bound up with the stuff of life and the stuff of school. We just forget. I'll do that next week. So what we had this year was excellent officer involvement. Kristen communicated on a regular basis about things. Jeremy contacted people statewide about special projects. Chris and Lene, we had a great deal of involvement. The officer that we did not have this year to be active was John Womack. Excuse me, I should say webmaster. John Womack moved out, graduated, moved out of state. And about the time he was moving out of state, our website crashed. So we've been kind of like a turtle on its back, just sitting there for most of the year with our website. We can fix that. So let me ask the group, is there anyone in here who has website management skills, not building necessary, a website management skills, and is interested in something like that, doing something like that? Not everybody shout at one time. Lawrence Abernathy. Sure? I mean, that's, no, I'm sure what's your name. Have you selected? What school? Yeah, the John was Lawrence, right? Yeah. Anyone else interested in the webmaster side?
Try it.
All right. What we've done in the past is someone says, "I'm interested in it." We go, "Great, acclamation." If there's 3 or 4 people, we would have to have a runoff election. Why don't we talk about your special project, which is what you're doing now?
Okay.
The special project for this event, by the way, is Ballard is recording a number of our clinic sessions, upload them as podcasts from CDC. Now, those people who are here can go home and review them if you didn't make the clinic. If you didn't make this terrific marching band clinic this afternoon. a podcast. And CMEC members, other places can do that. I think we're kind of taking the lead on this kind of thing. So I think we should continue that and expand that. So you want to do web? And we did, yes, we have a webmaster now. Great. Lawrence Abernathy. That's the complaint department. Lawrence Abernathy. There has been some discussion as to officers. Do we need CMEC officers? Are they just token? Is it just resume material? Do they really serve a purpose? Can we function just as well without them? Thoughts on that? Do any one of you want to speak to that, Ms. Miller? You wish to speak to that? No? Or yes?
Say something.
The one she said she thinks you have to have one or two officers, but personally, like Lene said, excuse me, what does at-large representative do? Represent at-large? What do I do? I mean, what's my responsibility? There was a time when the at-large representative on any board or any officer slate was there for a vote, was there so that the vote would not, you would not have even number of voters. And there were minimal specific responsibilities to the office, but that's kind of what was there so you'll have an uneven number of people voting. President, pretty clear cut. Secretary, pretty clear cut. Vice President, same sort of thing. I guess the question would be, is there a reason to have an at-large representative? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, and it gives yet another person the possibility and potential for input into the activities of the chapter. Any comments? Chris, you want to go a little further on it? Anything? Okay, excellent point. Where she said if we have a member at large, we should come up with specific job responsibilities and ideas. Delegation, I think that's a reasonable thing. So, with the current chapter, the current slate of officers for our state, I think what I will do with them is ask them to come up with some suggestions as far as job responsibilities, job descriptions. And we'll go from there. So, let's try that. Let's try, with your permission, you're the men and women in charge, and Sue will be in charge of this profession. And I'll be standing around going, back in the day when we had, so with your permission, I will sketch out in the slate of officers, sketch out some ideas for these offices, and let's take it out for a spin this year. This next year, see how it goes. Everybody okay with that? Groovy? Okay. Then, in that case, let's nominate us some people for offices. Yes?
I guess I'm going back to before. This is something different, but could we not just have one representative from each school? And kind of, because not every school has representation. Like there's some smaller schools that, and one of the schools is not here at all.
Okay, you're saying have a representative of each school?
Yes, that I'll vote equally on.
Okay, we do that now. It's the chapter president. There's no voting. Officers don't vote on anything. They don't pass anything. It's not like they do anything at all. The officers are primarily there for communication within the state. Jeremy doing all those communicating with state chapter presidents and advisors, those kinds of things. So there is every chapter does have a representative, and that is your president or the offices. Now it's our challenge to make those more active, make those presidents become more involved, give the chapter advisor more input, and move them out of their comfort zone, right? Other comments? Thank you. Other comments? All right, then let us then take names, nominations for offices, those 4 offices, President, Vice President, Secretary, and at-large. And let's try to keep the nominees to 3 or less if possible. And the reason is, if you get 20 nominees, it doesn't work. And let me tell you now, because your advisor may not tell you this, let me tell you how the voting is done for the offices. Every chapter, every college gets 1 vote. 1 chapter, 1 vote. Columbus State has 50, let's say 50 members. Right now, Young Harris has 2, 4, so they're just getting started. It would not be fair for Columbus State to be able to vote with 50 members and Young Harris with 4. One institution, 1 vote. But every institution votes your full membership. Columbus will have 50 members. Let's say Nikki were running for office. She may get from Columbus State 40 yeses, and then the other person get 10 yeses. And then if there happened to be a tie, one vote, one chapter, I would go back to the raw numbers. I would see which candidate got the most individual votes from the respective chapters, and that's the way the tie would be broken. Does that make sense? It took me several times we're talking myself through that to understand it, but it seems to work. It seems to work. So, may we proceed with taking names for nominations for offices, and once we get the names, the nominees, then I will take those back, process these, get information out, and then we finish this part, and we have an extremely terrific speaker. You're going to love this guy. He's a wild man. He's great. Okay, the floor is now open. Or Jeremy, you wish to run this? Okay. Okay, great, thank you. The floor is now open for nominations for the office of State President. And if you could give me, when you offer your name, give me the name and the school, if you will. Nominations. There's a hand in the back, and I can you. Chris Lawhorn. Christopher Lawhorn. Yes? I'm sorry, Chris Johns. Chris is that male people? Chris Johns, Columbus State. Can we do one more? One more list? Yes. Lene Smith, Georgia State. Okay. Can I run those sunglasses? You get to look at the dark side. And you look at that. Okay, I think you need the sun. Those are great sunglasses. Are there other nominees, or maybe close those nominees? What's Melissa Murphy from Young Harris. Okay, we have 4. I would ask that we not have other nominees because the voting becomes so dispersed, we may have to take a vote. Yes? Change it to Jake. So you're changing your name?
Not my name, but the person.
Jake. Winston. Spell. W. All right. Yes. Instead of the one previous. Yeah. Still from Young Harris. Yes. Still from Young Harris. And I should have said this. Ideally, the person nominated should be in this meeting. But as long as there's someone from that chapter, we can go along with that, I guess, rather than just saying, I don't know somebody from the chapter's not here. The last one, you have it. Jeremy's got it. Get it from him, okay? Okay. Now, may we have nominations for the office of Vice President?
Sarah Bridges, Columbus State.
Sarah Bridges, Columbus State. That's you? Is it Bridges? Yeah, Bridges, okay. Sarah Bridges. Sarah Bridges, yes. Now it's Melissa Murphy, Young Harris College. I'm sorry, I can't hear that. Eric